Today, let's have a look at creating a pretty high elf character in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Here, I'll give you every slider position so you can recreate this elf or make your own based on where these settings are. I've tried as hard as I could to make her look less monstrous as elves in Elder Scrolls tend to look, and make her look more feminine and pretty while still looking very high elfish. Let's get to it. So for the high elf, we have this here. But of course, this didn't quite look right, and there's one thing we're going to do. I'm going to show you all the sliders for this and everything. I would have already shown you the finished product. I'll show you the finished product here. It looks much better. And notice the key difference is actually the hair. One problem I had with the high elf is, and we'll talk about this hair, which this is a high elf hairstyle, and it goes best, and I'll explain why. Once I put this hair on, the face came together. Okay, so the thing is, basically, there's lots of things you cannot change with the faces. You can't change her eye slant, for instance. I can't change her eyebrows. Can't change her eye slant. I can change her sockets, kind of the way they fall down over the eyes, but not the eyes themselves. High elves have the very slanted features, which lends to tall bodies, tall faces, and tall hairstyles. But of course, we want to make her look pretty, right? So, thing is, this hairstyle, I think it looks good, and I realize the reason it does look good is because it goes with that tall features of her face. When you put something like this on, it almost makes her forehead look smaller. And so, yeah, really, a lot of these, yeah, they don't really do it. Of course, nothing looks good here in the menu. Nothing looks good here in the menu. That's why I'm showing you what she looks like in the finale, afterwards. But this is the hairstyle we're going to use, and that's why. Of course, you can change the length of it. Normally, I wouldn't use this hairstyle, but I gotta tell you, she looks good with it, even like right here. So let's have a look at this, because today we're just having a look at the high elf. I spent the most time on her. I changed every single thing, trying to get a pretty high elf. Okay, so starting from the very beginning, I changed literally every slider, and I apologize for with the wood elf. I missed a page of sliders. I won't miss anything today. Okay, so body. I even changed. I did add some skin tint to try to take away some of the gold. Okay, so anyway, this is 0, right here. Going to head, we're going to start here with tone, which is what I've been doing. For the eyes, look, I'm not a fan of Elder Scrolls' take on kind of the monstrous look they give to the elves, with the big furrowed brows and the bloodshot eyes. I'm not a fan of my elf looking like a monster. Nothing against those who want traditional elf, but I chose, I went down here, I chose the human eyes, which are right here. I'm just saying, yeah, I did a bit to de-monstrify her a little bit. There we go. I chose these right here, this eyeball. And, yeah, with the whites. Anyway, for the skin. Okay, so here's what we did with the skin. I actually added tint. I added this tint right here just to try to kind of counteract some of that gold. That's what I did. And then here's these sliders here for these. So go ahead and screenshot this or have this up on your second monitor and pause it or something like that. Here are the sliders here for the skin. Now for makeup. I did change her lip color to this because I used orange hair, so I wanted a more red tone lip instead of pink. So those lips, I moved that up a little bit. And for the eyeshadow, the same that I've been using. It works really, really well. So that's what we used there. And that's all in the tone. Now we go to shape, and this is where everything's been changed. Starting from the top, we have brow. Here are the brow settings. Move them down a bit. Let's try to straighten them out and make them not as, angled. Okay. Cheeks. Leave this up here for a second. For cheeks, as much as I could to soften. Yeah, I'd take out some of the hard lines that appear on the face. Okay, going to chin. Everything here was a lot of work. Yeah, so here's the settings for chin. All right, moving down to her eyes. A lot of work here, trying to find the right size and the right distance apart and height. I ended up moving them all the way down and trying to find the right balance of everything here. I think we kind of got it, so here is the eyes. Moving down to face. A lot of this is one of those things that I kind of modify this at first for, to get like a canvas to work with. And then throughout, you kind of want to tweak with this a little bit. This is what we got here. I think it looks really good with this hairstyle. I didn't want to try this hairstyle because I think it's kind of an ugly hairstyle, but I think it works with this. It's how I could get it to work. Okay. moving down from face, forehead. I messed with her forehead a little bit. I actually took off her. This is actually not a bad idea. Let me switch off that just for just a moment. I actually took off her hair, and this is actually not a bad idea. And I made sure that even without her hair, her head shape looks like a head. Definitely something you want to frequently do when you're designing a face like this, is occasionally take off the hair and be like, you know, make sure they're not a mutated freak under there, because then all it takes is one wrong angle in a cutscene or something, and you're like, oh man, I totally didn't notice that I'm missing the top of my head, you know, whatever. Anyway, okay, I digress. Jaw. Here's our jaw settings. Messed around with that a bit to make it look feminine, but still substantial. So here's the jaw settings. Here's her mouth settings. I'll have to scroll these here in a second. Yeah, I moved literally every single slider with her. I mean, even the ones that are a 0, I moved and then moved back. All right, here's the bottom part of the mouth settings. Leave that there for a second. I can't believe, I think this, you know, the more I look at her, I think she actually looks good in this screen, which is never the case. So here's our nose. This took the most tweaking of anything. I wanted it to look pretty and perky, but not too prominent. I think it's okay. Tell me what you think. Of course, hey, these are all just suggestions. These are a starting point. This is a jumping off point. So here's the top section of the nose page. And now we're going to move down to the... Okay, we can't go all the way to the bottom. So here's like the middle section with the bridge. And we'll go down to the bottom. Yeah. And here's the rest of the nose settings. So there's all her sliders. We're going to have a look at her. I'm sure I would have shown you stuff in the intro and at the beginning of this, I would have shown you. But as it happens, I haven't filmed that yet. I have, of course, I've seen what she looks like outside, but I haven't taken her outside yet. We're going to do that in just a second. All right, for her hair, yeah, this hairstyle looks best. You can try whatever you think looks best. I think, again, like I said at the beginning, this really suits the face shape, and it's a traditional high elf hairstyle. So there you go. Looking at color, this is what I did for the color. If you're interested in that, I chose this for the root color. I chose this down here for the hair tip color. I turned the gradient all the way up and this all the way down to get the maximum contrast between the orange and the black. And I didn't do anything with eyebrow color or salt and pepper. Okay, so that's it for, yeah, that's what we've got. I have had her outside a little bit and I've seen that she looks good. But the footage that I've already shown you is undoubtedly the best footage, which I haven't got yet. And so let's get that now. If that makes sense. You see, I've seen this, and I've seen that she looks good here. I've come out here many times to make sure. When you pull up the menu here, not bad. I wish I had other clothes to put on her, but she's a fresh level 1 character. We could go, we could go. There's like a guy over here. I'm going to go kill this guy over here. I think he should have like some fur armor or something. All right, so I killed us a couple of enemies. I got her something to wear on top. You know, I think she would look better. Just, you know, what suits her best. Just like that hairstyle definitely suits her. And seeing her in this light, maybe I would alter the color a bit. But hey, again, you know, this is about the preset, the slider presets. I think she would look good in robes. I think she would look better in robes. But here I got her some proper light armor. And here we see her in midday light. So some things that I didn't see in the early morning light, you do see here. I'm glad I didn't put any more blush on her than I did. So there's that. And yeah, looking at her hair in this light, I would change her hair color. But hey, you know. All right, we got to say, here's some robes for us. I was just going to sign off the video, and this nice gentleman came to deliver us some robes. Robe delivery. How about that? Yeah, I was just gonna thank you guys for watching and all of that good stuff. And I'll just put this on real quick. Let's slap these guys on. I think she would look really good in robes. Or better, you know, right? Better than the fur armor. I wanted to get a good shot of her. So I will undoubtedly, I will have already shown you guys all of the best angles and lighting and everything that I found. But here you can see what she looks like in very candid gameplay. You saw all the creation, all the sliders, everything like that. So tell me what you think. I think this has been a fair amount that we could have done with the High Elf. I will have also here had a default High Elf comparison, which I haven't yet seen or filmed, but I will have that edited in here for contrast. I'm sure that this elf here probably looks better. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. These were some just basic suggestions for the presets, and I think they made a pretty decent looking elf. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will catch you probably tomorrow. I'll catch you in the next one here real soon.